Right. They say money is the root of all evil. This is critical thinking. Critical thinking. And I go by the name Richie Rich. Money, they say, is the root of all evils. I believe as soon as I made mention of that quotation, many of you who may have been privileged to know about religion and its text will try to quickly correct me to say that, Richard, hold on, it's not money that is the root of all evils, but the love of money is the root of all evils, isn't it? Right. So most people now try to correct that aspect of money being the root of all people. They try to align it or rephrase it to get aligned with the biblical text from 1 Timothy, I think 6:10, which was more of I call it a warning. Okay, a warning, Paul's warning to Timothy. Now, but how do people teach us about this very particular text? We are told that the love of money is the root of all evils, and that is it. And so we are not supposed to love money. We're not supposed to love money, because as soon as we start loving money, we then give way for evil to creep its way into our lives. Now, I see that particular text to be a warning to Timothy, and the warnings was about false teachers who might have or who may pervert the content of what is called sound doctrine for their own, greedy gains. That's what I think the quotation means. It was warning the teachers, the false ones, who want to pervert doctrines, the sound doctrines, for their own gains. Today we are made to see that the love of money is the root of all evils. When we say root, we are saying that the love of money then is what generates all kinds of evils in this our lifetime, isn't it? Because we say it is the root. So if it's the root, then it means every other evil finds its source from the love of money. Is that what Paul was saying? Isn't some of these things that have actually blinded us so much that we find ourselves in abject poverty? Sometimes it's just funny, isn't it? Because we can't even move, we can't even, take certain initiatives, because then if we take those initiatives, we are then seen to be falling in love with something that is going to create or generate evil. How can the love of something become evil? What is love itself? What is love? How can love be so good in all facets of life, but when it gets subjected or connected to money, then it transforms into evil? I really don't get it, and I'm trying to get it. That's why I say this is critical thinking, because we need to critically think about these things and try to analyze them very well. Because I believe that when you love something, that is when you have the motivation to protect it. When you love something, then you have the motivation to fight harder. Because I've also seen or read other things that says that money, then the love of money makes people to become greedy. The love of money makes people to then become selfish. The love of money makes people to adapt all those negative things that we talk about. Is it really the love? Is really the love that we're talking about that makes people to become greedy? Because I do not think that where there is love, greediness can survive. I don't think that in the presence of love there can be any negative connotations. It is only in the absence of love that all other evilness can emanate and survive. So how then should we always tell ourselves that the love of money is evil? And what does it do to us? As soon as we adopt that concept into our lives, it limits our movement. It limits our what do you call it? Ability to even fight harder to make certain ends meet, because we don't want to then get ourselves associated with evilness or evil. But when we love money, then we are flirting with the root of evil. But if you don't love something, how can you pursue it? If you don't love something, how will you be able to get it? And of course, we definitely need money in this life that we live. But if you think the love of money is the root of evil, try. Just give its absence a bit of a try. Give poverty a visit. Give the absence of money a visit. Or for lack of better words, give the hatred of money a visit. Then you see what evil is. So think about it, and we'll talk some other time and decode things more. Bye bye.